number 12 of the year. Starting with the CFTC report from the Scotiabank, we had an incredible decrease in bullish positioning on the euro side, which really gave USD an upside in last week, and is continuing to underpin the reversal in euro USD throughout the entire year so far. So we stood over 25 billion on the long side for most of the year. Now we've dropped to under 15 billion, closer to under 13 actually. And it looks like this is continuing decreasing, mainly because that the ECB is changing course and the Fed is maintaining the kind of neutral course, and the ECB is looking to lower their or halt the advance of further yields by buying more bonds, while the Fed is on face value quite indifferent to the rise in yields. So it's causing a bit of a central bank divergence, which we can see is eating into the positioning and is likely to continue. Another big positioning shift was on the yen side. We saw a big flip on the short from long. Have to see how this will develop as we move in the next weeks. Having a look at the weekly calendar, there is not a lot to look at that I'm really interested in. There's gotta be really market moving. We're gonna have the majority of the moves on the GBP front, as there's loads of data to deal with that, and also a bit of euro. So beginning of the week on Monday and on Tuesday, there's nothing really moving market a lot. There is Fed will be speaking, I believe Powell will be speaking on Monday and Tuesday, but very likely just reiterate what I already said during the Fed meeting on Thursday, and that is why I like EURNZD lower. So last Fed meeting, FOMC meeting, they said they won't be moving rates anytime soon, which was on as a base effect. It's quite dovish, it's positive for market, and he said they don't see near-term inflation causing too much problem. So that was quite a positive thing. But on that basis, and where inflation is picking up a little bit in the short term, and on the other side, ECB is quite dovish, I'm really expecting EURNZD to start the carry trade again. Quickly expanding, carry trades is basically buy one currency with a higher interest rate and sell it against another currency with a lower interest rate. And as you hold that overnight, you will make money overnight by holding it over the roll. Now, carry traders tend to see opportunities like that, and they get into those trades when the market is rather neutral or very positive. Next week we will have quite a positive to slightly neutral week, so really expecting the carry trades to start picking up, like EURNZD and also to some extent Euro AUD and pairs that are correlated. I'm looking for new lows beneath here if you can get it next week. In any other case, it's key for me to stay under this key area and explore some downside. We'll have some key data for Euro to come out around on Wednesday, the PMI data. There's nothing new really expected. So we're expecting PMIs to slow down a bit and the service continue to slow down as the lockdowns continue. No surprises expected. Even if it is going to be a different print from what is expected, it's not going to cause a new trend. The overall outlook is that well into May and June we won't see any good pickup in data as the lockdowns in major economies in Europe are continuing. Moving towards the back of the week on Thursday, we have GBP again, Bailey speaking, and we have final quarter-on-quarter GDP. And usually when you see this data coming out around US GDP, that's where I like to see a little bit of movement on the S&P 500. I'm still bullish the S&P 500. I think we have a little bit more downside to catch. Really what happened over the last, I would say 3 or 4 weeks, we've just been fading extremes. Every time it made a bit of a higher high, it faded all the way down the way, and then fading downside, and all the way upside again. Basically, it's in a sort of box environment where highs getting sold and bottoms getting catched out on the buy side. Depending where we are trading Thursday afternoon going to Friday, I'd be very interested to start digging into a long side on the S&P 500 again. There could be the possibility that we just straight on rally the entire week and I won't catch anything to clip 4 grand. so 4,000 on the S&P 500. But as we do decline into 38.70 levels, I'll be very interested to start buying, specifically going into Friday. And on the back end of the week, we will have GBP retail sales, which will be a bit of a mover for GBP. At this point, I don't have a lot of directional calls to look at. On the GBP JPY, this area is very key for me. So if we see trading beneath, I'll be looking for rejection to explore lower. On the flip side, if we're trading above it, I'll be looking to see if we can catch a bit more upside again. But majority of the week, expecting the data to be more or less neutral and not cause a lot of havoc, with focus on more downside EURNZD, which was my main trade idea last week as well. That covers most of the events for next week. Thank you.